Today let us discuss about the Zener diode. Okay, already we have discussed about PN junction diode. Followed by that, today let us discuss about the Zener diode. Okay, so actually this Zener diode is a diode which is designed specifically. Okay, and this diode will work in reverse bias conditions. Why this diode can work in reverse bias condition in the sense that is the doping matters. Here it is heavily doped than the ordinary diodes. Okay, so because of this heavily doped property, this diode is having a narrow depletion region. With comparatively, when you check with this regular diodes, the diodes will get damaged when the voltage across them exceeds the reverse breakdown voltage. But the Zener diode is little different. It can operate in this region. The depletion region in Zener diode goes back to normal state when the reverse voltage gets removed. Okay. This particular property of Zener diode makes it useful as a voltage regulator. So here just discuss about the VI characteristics of Zener diode. So in the symbol, the first symbol we can see here, we are drawing a ordinary PN junction diode. Along with that, in the cathode side we are bending the terminal. Okay, so here it is also has the anode terminal as well as the cathode terminal. Coming to this forward VI characteristics, y axis is represented by current and x axis is represented by bias voltage. So here if we say the first quadrant, it shows the forward bias region and the forward voltage is represented as Vf. For silicon diode it will be a 0.7, and when if it is a germanium diode it can be a 0.3. And if we come to the third quadrant, we have marked it as Zener breakdown region. That shows that the Vz, and this Vz as Iz minimum value as well as the Iz maximum value. So these values are represented by V is equal to E minus I into R. Okay, and the reverse current is also represented by minus IR. So here let us see one by one actually. First here we'll see how this voltage regulator is acting as a Zener diode is acting as a voltage regulator. Okay, so this is the circuit. We are connecting a VI and the input voltage positive terminal is connected to the source resistance RS, and another end of the source resistance is connected to the Zener diode, that is cathode, and the Iz current is flowing towards, and the Zener voltage is represented by Vz. And the output terminal we have connected a load resistor, that is RL. Along across the load resistor, the load current IL is flowing. Okay, and this voltage will remains constant when the large changes in current will provide the Zener diode current. That means there is a breakdown current between the Iz minimum as well as in the maximum current rating. So in the VI characteristics we can see that, see here the Zener breakdown, it has two values, Zener current maximum value and Zener current minimum value. So here the property has been used over here. So the Zener diode current will be remains between the minimum level cutoff as well as the maximum level cutoff. So in the animation it can be seen we have used 51 volt. No, how the working operation is taking place, and the voltmeter how it is going to be vary. Now the ability of the Zener diode. So this Zener diode will has the ability to control itself, and also it can be used to regulate or stabilize a voltage source against the supply or load variations. So the major thing is the controlling the or regulating the voltage variations. So in this Zener diode we are going to discuss about the two cases. The one is the Zener diode under no load case and the Zener diode under the load case. Okay, so now this Zener diode should be selected in a proper way. So in order to work this Zener diode as a regulator, we need to satisfy the two conditions. First one is Zener diode must be reverse biased. We know that the Zener diode will conduct in forward bias condition. Also, apart from that, Zener diode will operate in reverse biased. But here, the first condition need to be get satisfied is Zener diode must be reverse biased. Okay, and the second condition is input voltage must be greater than Zener breakdown voltage. Okay, then the load current, that is RL, should be less than the Zener current maximum. Okay, load current IL should be less than the Zener current IZ max. So first we will see the regulator with no load. What will happen when the regulator is connected with no load? Okay, so this is the circuit. In the previous circuit we have removed the load resistor which is connected over here. Now we are giving the input supply and it is crossing across the source resistance. So across the Zener current, that is marked as IZ. Now we need to calculate the output voltage. So in this loop we are going to apply a Kirchhoff's voltage law. So after applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law, we can write V naught minus IZ into RS minus VZ equal to 0. Now interchanging the equation, we will get IZ is equal to Vs minus Vz by Rs. Okay. Now we know that Zener breakdown voltage will be between the Zener current minimum and the Zener current maximum. So minimum Zener current is equal to Zener voltage minimum minus Vz divided by Rs, and maximum is equal to V naught max, it is Vd max, diode voltage, minus Vz divided by Rz. Okay, so these all are about the Zener diode operations. So here we have checked with load and without load conditions, and followed by this we can solve one problem based on the topics and formulas what we have studied just now. So the given problem is a Zener diode has a breakdown voltage of 10 volt. It is supplied from a voltage source varying between 20 to 40 volt in series with resistance of 820 ohm. Using an ideal Zener diode model, obtain minimum and maximum Zener currents. Okay, from the given problem, first we wanted to write the given data. Given data is diode breakdown, Zener diode breakdown voltage, that is V is at, that is 10 volt. Then minimum voltage 20 volt, minimum it is 20 to 40. So first minimum is 20 and the next minimum is 40 and the source resistance is 820 ohm. But we know the formula that minimum Zener current IZ minimum is equal to Vs minimum minus Vz by Rs. Substituting the values, we got 12.2 into milliamps. Then maximum Zener current IZ is equal to Vb max minus Vz divided by Rs, that is 40 minus 10 divided by 820, that we will get 36 minus 6 milliamps. Okay, hope everyone understood clearly. Unit is very important over here. So followed by that we will see regulator with load. So the same circuit, the output terminal is connected by a or terminated by a load resistor RL. Here along the diode the Zener current IZ is flowing, and along the load resistor the current, load current IL is flowing here. So in this again we are going to apply Kirchhoff's current law to node A. Okay. So I is equal to IZ plus IL. So total current. So two loops are there. From this we are going to calculate the total current. I is equal to IZ plus IL. Then applying to the KVL to the loop, we will get Vs minus I into Rs minus Vz equal to 0. Therefore, I is equal to Vs minus Vz by Rs. Okay. Now we know that according to the Kirchhoff's current law, we derived the total current I is equal to Iz plus IL. Therefore, it can be written as Vs minus Vz divided by Rs. So based on the load condition, we can use the formula and we can solve this. For a Zener regulator, which is shown in the figure, calculate the range of input voltage for which the output will remain constant. Okay. And in the circuit, the given data are Vz. Vz is equal to 6.1 volt. Okay. And Iz minimum is equal to 2.5 milliamps and Iz max equal to 25 milliamps. But we know the formula I is equal to V by R. And we know that in the circuit this I current is flowing towards the the I current is flowing towards the Zener diode. Therefore, we can write IL is equal to Vz by RL. So, the given value if we substitute, we will get 6.1 milliamps. Okay. Now, for suppose the Iz minimum is 2.5 milliamps. How we will calculate I is equal to Iz minimum plus IL. Therefore, we will get 8.6 milliamps. But what about V in? V in is equal to IRS plus VZ. Therefore, substituting the formula, we are getting the answer. The same way, we are going to calculate for the case I is at maximum, that is equal to 25 milliamps. Okay. Now, the voltage, see, for I is at minimum, we got V in is equal to 25 volt, and for I is at maximum, we got V in is equal to 74.52 volt. Now, the input voltage range is 25 volt to 74.52 volt. So, this is the way that we can calculate the input voltage ranges using the respective formulas. Thank you all.